Welcome to the Blessed Mindset Matters podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Raquel Tolson, and I am broadcasting on WYTV7 Community Broadcasters Network, where we educate, empower, and encourage. I hope that the Blessed Mindset Matters podcast has been a blessing to you. And if so, I need you to go to www.wytv7.org, hit the green donate button. Donate $5, $10, $50 to help to keep me on the air, to help keep all the other podcasters that we have, and to feed families and to send kids to college. Okay? Thank you. And it's a tax write-off. So $5, $10, $50, whatever you can. All right, we are in 2022. We're focusing on the family. And I'm sorry, not October, in February, we are focusing on Black families. So we started with the first week where we were talking about let's move for diabetes, because diabetes is huge in the Black community and we need to eradicate it. We need to lower those A1Cs. We need to lose some weight. We need to move all of that. So you can go to the Facebook page and go to Facebook and search for Let's Move for Diabetes and join that group so you can have some help with lowering your A1C. Last week, I was actually a guest on another podcast and I shared some of that podcast with you. And we were talking about spirituality, religion, and the money mindset. So I want to talk a little bit more about that because you guys know I did write the book, Why Are Churchfolk Poor? Now, I am also churchfolk, but I just want to add the why are Black churchfolk poor? And let me tell you why I'm saying that. I'm going to read some statistics for you from the Pew.org. It says that 83% of Black Americans have an absolute certain belief in God. 83% compared to 61% of our white counterparts. Okay, and this is really interesting. Church, 83% of Black people in America go to church at least once a month. Half of those go once a week, but at least once a month, compared to 66% of white people that go once a month. 73% of Black people pray daily, whereas 52% of white people pray daily. 52% of Black Americans meditate daily. 36% of the white meditate. Here's a good one. Reading scriptures. Reading the Bible. Reading scriptures. And we could probably say and can quote them, right? 54% of Black Americans read scriptures, where 32% of white Americans we read scriptures. All right, Raquel, why are you giving us these stats? I'm getting there. So in 2019, the median income for white Americans was $184,000, whereas the median for Black families in America was $23,000. The median wealth, not income, I'm sorry, the median wealth, that's after all your debt, what you have, not the money that you earn, it's the money we keep. $23,000. Now, I know y'all probably like, but Raquel, America's set up, it's against Black folk. I get it. Shame on America, because America has a lot of, racist policies that keep us down, especially back in the day. Our grandparents couldn't buy property at the ocean because, they was going to take it if you did. And then when we did build up Black Wall Street and all these towns, they burned them down. So yes, America was wrong. But today, in 2019, when they were talking about that, and today, yes, there's still some inequities and all of that. But 23,000 in wealth, a lot of that is on us. And we have to do better. And I'm going to talk about it here because I'm focusing on the family. And in right now, February, I'm focusing on Black families. So I'm going to talk about money, because I want us to do better. $23,000 of wealth is not enough. It's not enough. No, we don't have to all be rich, but $23,000 is not enough. And I'm going to tell you why it's not enough. It's not enough because we can't even be givers. Because we are supposed to give off the overflow. With $23,000 in wealth, we're giving, and it's hurting us to give. We're supposed to give in our overflow. We don't have any overflow if we only have $23,000. That's real talk. And I'm going to tell you, and it's going to be some people that's mad at me, and they're going to be like, well, I don't believe, and you know what? If I'm not for you, it's okay. You can cut it off. But if you can't pay your rent, you probably shouldn't be giving money to the church. Because I remember my bishop said, and Bishop Jones said, he was like, don't give your rent money to the church, put it in the offering, and then you're going to turn around on Monday calling the church office to help you pay your rent. He's like, that don't make sense. Just pay your rent. My sister even told me about her pastor when she was growing up, said, hey, don't make me a plate of food when you're not making food for your own family. Y'all, I'm not saying that all churches, but we have some big churches. We love going to these big fancy churches. It's got all that stuff. But the people in the church got $23,000 of wealth. Now, if that's the median, of course, some people have more, but some people have less. Some people got negatives. We're going to work with this $23,000 figure, and we're going to do better. We're going to, everybody under the sound of my voice that's listening to me, we're going to make sure that that's not us. And then we're going to make sure that that's not our family members, our sisters, brothers, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, mamas, daddies. And then we're going to get even broader to our cousins. When we go to the family reunion this year in the summer, we're going to talk about wealth building. We're going to talk about this $23,000. That's what we're doing, right? Because we're focusing on the family in 2022. So I still can't get over that $184,000. Now let's just be clear. $184,000 in wealth is not a whole lot either. But let's get up to that. Let's get up to that point. So let's figure out what we need to do. And some of the stuff I'm going to talk about in the second half after our commercial break. But what I am going to talk about now is how we spend money. Because in our community, we spend. Y'all know we spend. When the new Jordans come out, who in line? We in line. And I'm not saying for you sneakerheads, I'm not saying don't get your shoes on. Do that. But I hope you got some Nike stock. Can you get some Nike stock and get the Nikes? Because now when you flaunt your shoes, like, oh, look at that. Oh, that was good. Oh, yeah, go get you some, bro. Because that's going to build your stock. And that's going to give you some more money. So get that Nike stock. I know, like, I'm not a big stock person, so I'm going to have to bring somebody in that's really about stocks and stuff to talk to my audience. But I tell you what, I always buy Fords and Mercury and Lincolns. Those are the only cars I like pretty much buy. I got me some stock in Ford. I only really fly Delta Airlines. That's because my son worked for them, and then I actually get free flights. But even when I buy them, I buy Delta. So you know what I did? I bought some Delta stock. So instead of us just buying, like if you always taking your family to McDonald's, which you really shouldn't when we talking about diabetes. But did you buy some McDonald's stock too? Or you just buy the fries? But you can do that too. The Apple, come on, let's just like start thinking about that, okay? And then so in my book I talk about elevating your thoughts and exercising your faith. Well, part of having more, building more wealth is also making more money. Maybe it's time for us to exercise our faith to start going after jobs that pay more in salaries. I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. No job, every job is important. Yes, I can tell you that when I go to a diner and the person that serves me, I praise them. I give them the tip because I love good service. So I need good people everywhere. But let me just say, I'm a pharmacist. So if you go to a pharmacist, go to the like Walgreens or something, you have your pharmacist and you have your pharmacy techs. Well, the pharmacy techs are doing a lot of work, okay? And we need pharmacy techs. Believe me, I need good pharmacy techs. But sometimes I wonder if the people that like you said, oh, I couldn't be a pharmacist because I'm not good in math and science. So they don't even go after trying to be even after they've been a pharmacy tech for a while and they see what it takes to be a pharmacist, and they don't say, let me go to pharmacy school. But they're like, no, it's too hard, so I don't want to do it. Or at LPN versus a RN. The salary difference is huge. But you have some people that are LPNs that could really be RNs. They could go to school and become RNs and make triple the salaries. So it really is about exercising our faith. But let's not make big salaries and spend all of it and not put some in the savings. And like that's something that we're gonna talk about in today because it's important. But I'm saying we have to exercise our faith to get those higher paying jobs. We have to exercise our faith to start those businesses, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm not for one to say, oh, go get you a second job. Now, unless it's like my son that got that second job with Delta Airlines or American Airlines, Southwest Airlines, where you gonna get them free benefits, that might be a great second, not might, that's a great second job to get, okay? But if we just talking about a job that's only giving you money and is really probably not that much, I'm saying why not start your own business? Why not be a 1099 employee where it's like your business and you get to write stuff off? So like me, my second hustle is I sell life insurance. That's my business, right? And I go to school, I learn some things, I go and but I get to write stuff off. And it's not just a second job, it's a business, and I get to write stuff off. And I get to help people. I'm helping people with my business, but I get to write I get to write some stuff off, and I get to do it from home. Nobody is telling me where I gotta be, when I gotta do it. Okay, so you might be. Listen, if you make good pies and cookies and stuff, y'all know people want that. Charge some people for that, and then that's your business. So step out on faith. Elevate your thoughts. Do that. Now, I'm gonna come back after this commercial break, and I'm gonna give you three things that I think that may help you to change that $23,000 in wealth. 3 things. So please don't leave. Just watch the commercial break and then stay tuned for part 2, because it's some practical things that I think that everybody could do to elevate that $23,000. So we'll be right back.
Calling all HBCU alumni, supporters, and golfers. It's that time of year again. Yes, the HBCU Swing Into Their Dreams charity golf tournament on Tuesday, April 5th. If you missed the last one, you have time once again to be epic. Don't miss the golf tournament of the year. The Swing Into Their Dreams HBCU charity golf tournament at the Atlanta National Golf Club in Milton, Georgia, Tuesday, April the 5th. Registration begins now. Sign up your golf teams at swingintotheirdreams.com. That's swingintotheirdreams.com. Or call 770-686-7148. That's 770-686-7148. Don't miss it.
Okay, we are back. And we are talking about wealth in the Black community. So I have a free booklet that I want you to go to my website, www.raqueltolson.com. Pick up this booklet, Mind on My Money, Plan, Pocket, Protect. It's free. So go and get it. Yes, I'm going to ask you for your email address, but it is a free booklet that kind of will get you kind of started in thinking about wealth. Now, the first thing was plan. When I say plan, I want you to plan intentionally. Plan your money intentionally. And what that really means is you need to create a budget. Yes, I said it, budget. I know people hate that word. This budget is like diet. It's like you feel like it's restricted. But instead of thinking about it as a restrictive thing, it's just being intentional where your money is going. Because if we just spend, we're not being intentional with our money. Okay? So the best thing to do, starting in March, or you can start Monday if you want, but I always say I like to start at the beginning of the month. Start March 1st. So the whole month of March, I want you to only spend money with your debit card so you can have a record of it. If you do spend any cash, you need to write it down. So at the end of the month, you're going to see where your money is gone. Okay? It's important because sometimes we don't even know where our money is going. We just spend it, no money at the end of the year, at the end of the month. Okay, so you're going to figure out where your money is going. And the reason why you need to do that, as opposed to just going in and say, I'm going to budget this, that, because if you make the budget unrealistic, you will not stick to it. It's just like a diet that's unrealistic. If the diet is saying I can never have a glass of wine, I'm not going to stick to it. If the diet says I can never have a cookie, I'm not going to stick to it. So you have to be realistic. If my budget says I can never go to Starbucks, even though I'm not going to go every day, but I can never go to Starbucks, I'm not going to do it. Or I can't go to the movies, too restrictive. So you see where your money is going. So then if you see that you spent $100 at Starbucks, then you know saying I'm cutting out Starbucks is probably not going to be a thing that you can do. But you can cut that budget in half and only spend $50. Or you can cut that budget even more and you just like, okay, use that money that you spent on Starbucks and go buy your Keurig and buy you similar coffee pods and see how that works. But you get to see where your money is going. If you're going out to eat all the time, you can say, okay, let me add a little bit more to my grocery budget. And in that way, I don't have to go out to eat so much and I can save money that way. And so it's a realistic budget. The best way to realistically budget your money is to see what you are spending your money on now. And then tailor your budget to that, your spending plan, if that's a better term for you than budget, your spending plan, so you can be more intentional on where your money goes. And the reason why we have to budget and make a spending plan to be intentional, because we need money to save. And that's this part 2. Pocket your money wisely. So you got the budget, you got money to save. Now where are you going to put that savings? In the bank. Most people are like, I'm just going to put it in the bank. Well, the reason why you don't want to leave it in your checking account because it's going to be there and you'll spend it with the debit card or whatever, right? It's too easy. And then you say, okay, well, I'll put it in the savings account. I have my savings in the bank. Okay, but the rule of 72, that's important. So if you didn't know about it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it real quick. And if you want to know more about money, we offer every Monday at 6:30 Central, we offer Money 101. We're not trying to sell you anything. We just want to teach you about money. Money 101 every Monday at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. If you go to my website, RaykelTolson.com, under the events, you will see the events there. You can you can register for the Money 101. Okay, so the rule of 72 says if you take what the interest rate divide the 72 divided by the interest rate, that'll give you how often your money will double. So at 1%, because the banks are actually giving us less than 1%, I'm just going to use 1% for the banks. It would take 72 years for your money to double. That's not good. We don't want to do that. Okay, so then in say like an insurance policy, maybe about 6%, right? And it's a whole life or an indexed account, something like that. Maybe about 6 to 8%, but we just use 6, right? 6 into 72 is 12. So your money will grow every 12 years. That's better. And then there's like say some stocks, right? You may be able to get mutual funds. You may be able to get 12%, going up and down. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower, but let's just average about 12%. So if it was 12%, your money would double every 6 years. Sounds even better, right? So that's how we try to teach people. Get you some 6% ones that don't fluctuate up and down, there's no risk involved, and get you some of them 12% that may be fluctuating up and down some, but it's still, so you have, put your eggs in some different baskets. That's pocketing wisely, right? Not just the bank. We're going to put our money in the bank that we use to pay our bills, but not to save. not to save. Okay. All right. But I will say there are money markets, even though it's still not that great, doing that great right now. But that's a better place to pocket your money that you need to have, say, in 90 days. Maybe a money market account as opposed to a savings account. Just something to think about. Okay, so we planned, we're pocket. Now the last one is we're protecting. Now the reason why this is the most important, because I mean most of us are doing some of it, but we're not doing all of it. We buy a car, we protect it with insurance. We buy a house, we protect it with insurance. We buy a phone, our cell phones, we protect it with insurance. Why? Because if we drop the phone, somebody steal it, we want that insurance so we can go get another one, right? But you know what we don't insure? Ourselves. And I'm not just talking about the life insurance that we definitely all of us need, because that life insurance policy, I told y'all, and I'll tell y'all again, a life insurance, $100,000 that goes to the family after you die is tax free. That brings up that wealth, that 23,000 quick, right? $100,000 injected into a family's, yeah, right there, right? Okay, but I'm not just talking about the death benefit. What I'm talking about, and that's it, all of us need to have health insurance, right? Thank God for is what they call it, Obamacare. In California, we call it Cover California, because we can be insured a lot cheaper. But that is to pay for the hospitals after deductibles, after the copays. That pays for the hospital stay or whatever. That doesn't pay for my rent, my mortgage. That doesn't pay the bills to keep everything going while I'm sick, right? That's why a living benefits life insurance policy is the best way to protect not only yourself, but protect your money. Because when you go to work, you're the money making machine. You're the money making machine because you're going to work and you're adding, or even if you have a business, you're going to work and you're adding income, right? So protect that money making machine. If you're down for 6 months to a year, you have that living benefits policy. If you had stroke, heart attack, something that you can't work, you can get 70% of that death benefit to live off of, to make sure that you don't lose your house, to make sure that mortgage is paid, to make sure the car payment is being made, to make sure all, so you don't have to go into your savings, your retirement savings or your other savings. You don't have to go into those. You can use that living benefits policy to help you. That protects you. If you have a small business, you're the only one that's working, your business, what happens to your business? What happens to your business? That living benefit policy, it protects your business, it protects your mortgage, your home, it protects you from losing everything. Did you know there's a thing called medical bankruptcy? There are so many people that have been bankrupt because of medical bills. It's not cheap. COVID, some of these people, these COVID bills people got, they not cheap. Not cheap at all. Cancer is expensive. It's not cheap at all. And then when you just think about you can't go to work so you can focus on getting healthier, having that money, protecting yourself is a great way to protect your wealth. I'm not just saying this because I sell living benefits policies. I'm telling y'all, y'all need it because you want to protect your wealth. That $23,000, it could be that low also because people that have life insurance, people that have living benefits insurance. That $23,000, we could increase that by protecting ourselves. We're going to plan intentionally. We're going to pocket wisely. And part of that pocketing wisely means what? Tax free, looking for ways to tax free, risk free. But it's got to grow. It's got to double more than every 72 years. And then we're going to protect our most valuable asset, which is us. We are our most valuable assets, and we have to protect us like we protect our cell phones. That's what we got to do. And then, and this is, I'm just going to throw this one in as a, FYI. Well, not an FYI, but as an extra, a bonus. So I've told you the 3 ways: planning, pocketing, protecting. But then I'm wholeheartedly serious. We have to change our minds about investing in our futures with our children, and we can make our children millionaires when they're 60 just by saving. Start saving when they're babies. If we saved $5 a day from the time our babies are born, $5 a day, that's $150 a month. Y'all know y'all spend that on toys and all kind of crap they do not need. $150. You save that, by the time they're 60, they're millionaires. That's changing the wealth of a family. And if that's too much, don't do $5 a day. Do $25 or $30 a month. Do $50 a month. And even though they may not be millionaires, but you could change the wealth in your family by starting to save in an indexed account. And you not only would you be saving an index account, but you will also be putting a living benefits policy on your child, so they can have that. So if they get sick, you can pull that money and take care of them, because you won't be able to work if your baby's sick in the hospital. You're gonna be at the hospital all the time. So that's the extra, okay? But starting a $1 million baby fund for your children or your grandchildren, you know, the families can do it together. Everybody can. But we can change this statistics. $23,000, we can change that. I can guarantee in 10 years we can change that. And if you or somebody is listening to that and you want to help change that, please contact me so we can do it together. Let's get as many people as we can in these Money 101 classes. They're free. They are free, and people can learn this kind of stuff. Let's get them my booklet, Mind on My Money. It's free. We can help change people's lives. And my booklet is short because, and even the Why Church folk are poor, short, because I want people who may not be the people who would read a big thick book. I need them to read it, because this is our target audience, people that we want them to grow. And $23,000, no more. We're everybody. 10 years, guys, 10 years. We need to increase that, triple that number, if not quadruple that number. If you're with me, if you're willing to help me, contact me. Leave a comment, like this post, comment, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, please. Hey guys, we can do this. We can focus on our families in 2022. Until next week, y'all, be blessed.